The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we don't have time or that we're too busy. What I've noticed is it's the ego that tells us we're too busy. The ego that tells us that we don't have the time. And this is because the ego tries to keep us safe. The ego tries to stop us from doing new things, stops us from taking risks, stops us from taking steps outside of the norm. This is because of this caveman mentality. It's protecting us from going outside the cave so we don't get killed by a saber-toothed tiger. But a lot of the times these days, the things that we want to do, the things that are good for our soul, the things that will actually make us healthier, are the things that our ego mind is preventing us from doing. As a way of trying to keep us safe, but it's not keeping us safe. This is what we need to understand. When we say we're too busy for something, guaranteed, the thing we're too busy for is something that will actually benefit us, something that will actually make us happier and make us healthier. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. I've done this for so long, telling myself I have no time for this. I'm too busy to do that. Oh, Jesus, that's going to take a bit long. That's going to take an hour. I don't think I have time for that. And then I started to realise I had to ask myself the question. Anything I was wanting to do that was different was actually going to be beneficial. Eating healthier, don't have time to cook meals. Doing yoga, don't have time to sit there for an hour. Do a breathwork session, Jesus, that's nearly 2 hours long, I don't think I have time for that. Even pulling a few tarot cards, I don't have time for that. But, right, what I noticed, what I started to see in my mind, everything I wanted to do makes me feel good. Every time I did a yoga session, I felt good. Every time I ate healthier, I felt good. Every time I did breath work, I felt good. Every time I pulled a few tarot cards, I felt good. Every time I went for a walk, I felt good. But my ego mind was telling me, you don't have time. You don't have time for that. And what was I doing in my spare time? Fuck all, right? In fairness, right? I'll start with this. I thought I did meditation in my sleep. I used to play meditation as I went to sleep. I did some daytime meditation. But I really wanted to start doing meditation in the mornings. Every morning I wanted to religiously do that. And I didn't have the time. Get up an hour earlier. I didn't have time to do exercise. Get up an hour earlier. I had time to flick on my phone for an hour or two every morning. Why wasn't I meditating? Why wasn't I doing that exercise? Because my ego mind was trying to keep me stuck. A lot of the time we don't have time to do something, it's because it's going to actually help us. And this is fucked up, you know what I mean? You think that your own mind would actually want you to get better, want you to get healthier. But because of these generational beliefs and this generational fucking brainwashing bullshit that we have all inherited, the ego is trying to keep us in our cave, not to take any risks. Don't leave the cave. Don't leave the cave. You're safe here. But anytime, that's what I think. Don't get me wrong. If we're in danger, our intuition will prevent us from doing things that are dangerous. But the ego mind is preventing us from expanding. It's preventing us from leaving our comfort zone. I get up earlier now every morning and I love it. I don't be on my phone for 2 and 3 fucking hours. I do my exercise. I do my meditation and I feel so good. And there's times as well that, I drive past a forest once a week. And it's only 10 minutes up the road. I could drive up there now if I wanted. Well, actually it's raining. But anyway, beside about it. What I'm saying is I used to drive past it and say I didn't have time to go in there for half an hour. Didn't have time to benefit myself. And that was the thing. And that's when I started to learn which was, was it my ego lazy mind or was I not supposed to do this? How do I feel after doing the things that my mind tells me I have no time to do? Even the other day, I was guided to do another breathwork session. And when I looked at the time on that morning, I was like, an hour and 50 minutes. I was like, Jesus, I don't have much time, do I? What else are you going to fucking do? Sit down and watch television? Even back when I used to eat very unhealthily. And when I cooked, I used to cook processed food that I threw in the oven and I waited for it. You know why? Because I told myself I didn't have time to cook healthy food, right? What did I do while I was waiting for that food to cook in the oven? I sat down and watched television. So my ego mind was telling me I didn't have time to cook healthy because why? I needed to sit down and watch a bit of telly. Fuck off. You know, and the same with the breathwork session. Right up until I did the breathwork session on Saturday, and this happens when I do my Kundalini yoga as well. Right up until I do it, my mind is like, no, you don't want to do that today. Go sit on the couch, relax, have a self-care day. Don't do that. But the self-care is the breathwork session. You know what I mean? Am I going to sit down and watch a movie for 2 hours? Yeah, movies are fun and great. But after a breathwork session, I have epiphanies, I have downloads, I have breakthrough moments that help my mind, my body, and my soul. When I do Kundalini yoga, it helps my mind, my body, and my soul. It's a health benefit. So this is what we need to start asking ourselves. If I pull a few tarot cards, no matter how bad my day is going, I'll feel so much energy and happiness afterwards. You know what I mean? I started to question, is this the fact that I don't have time, or is it the fact that my ego is trying to prevent me from being happy? And that's the thing, like, we fill our time, we fill our day with stuff that is unhealthy. We fill our days with stuff that keeps us in our comfort zone. You know, even doing things for other people, doing things that they're not good for us anymore. They're not, like, and our ego keeps us, you know, too afraid to try new things or too afraid to accommodate new things. We can make, time is an illusion, and we can make the time we need to do anything we want. And that's the thing, like, when I said I didn't have time to do meditation in the morning, I didn't have time to exercise in the morning, I wasn't waking up till after 10 o'clock. I was on my phone for nearly 2 hours before I even was able to get out of the bed because of my mindset and before I'd get anything done. You know, and now I'm up at 7:30 every morning. I'm doing my exercise. I'm doing my meditation. You know, everything is done really early. I have loads of time in my day now to do the things that I need to do. And, you know, I can sit down and do what I want then in the evening. I can go for that walk. You know what I mean? And I'm very aware now of when my ego comes in and says, you don't want to do that. Chillax with yourself, sit down and watch a movie. And that's it. Like, you know, you have to start being aware of why you think you're too busy. It's the biggest lie we tell ourselves. I'm too busy to be healthy. I'm too busy to try new things. I'm too busy to let love into my life. You know, this is what we're telling ourselves. Like, you know, I'm like, the thing in letting, like, you know, we are actually making ourselves busy with mediocre, unhealthy things to prevent good opportunities from entering our lives. We tell ourselves we're too busy as a way of preventing rejection, pain, hurt, if you get me. You get me? Like, so, like, we're afraid to do something new in case it hurts us. We're afraid to do something new in case we feel rejection or pain. You know, and that's the thing with new things. Like, you know, it's the ego keeping us in the comfort zone. It's the caveman mentality. If you try something different, you're going to get killed by a saber-toothed tiger. This is what it is. It's this core belief that it's this fight or flight. Don't try anything new or you're going to die. And it's bullshit. Because we're evolving, we're changing. We cannot stay stuck in this box anymore, this cage. And that's what it is. Saying we're too busy to do things that will actually make us happy. Ask yourself, are you really that busy? Or are you not making time? And I've seen this with people as well. You know, people saying that they're too busy. Like, you can either make time for somebody or you can choose not to. And that's a fact. I've seen this with my friends, but, well, they're not my friends now. Like, there's one friend in particular years ago, like, you know, I'd ring her all the time. And, like, I used to drink. So if I rang her on a Sunday and she didn't answer, I'd have beer for her and be like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? So I just said to her, look, we need to organise a night where you have time to answer the phone to me because, you know, if I ring you on a Sunday or Monday, I got beer for you and I feel rejected. Alcohol is a bitch. But anyway, thank God I don't drink anymore. So we organised on a Thursday that I'd ring her at a certain time and that we'd have a nice conversation. Then COVID happened and she had more time and she stopped answering the phone as often. So this is when I read this meme saying people will fit you into their, like, you know, they make time for you. No one is too busy, like. And I noticed this with another friend of mine as well. I thought she was really busy and stuff, like, you know, so she had kids and everything, and I was like, you know, I'll give her some space. You know, but I lived half an hour away from her, and she visited her friend in a different country more often than she visited me. That's when I kind of started to wake up and I was like, yeah, she just doesn't have time for me. This is the thing, like, you know, so you have to understand that time is an illusion. People aren't too busy. They choose something other than what is either good for them or, you know, whatever. Whether it's you know, whether it's you or whether it's something else. You know, they're choosing their old lifestyle. They're choosing that comfort zone. They're choosing that box over choosing something different. And that's what it is. It's that simple. You know, we have plenty of time. Time is an illusion. We can make the time we want for things that we want in our lives. And it's that simple. The biggest lie we are telling ourselves is that we don't have time for certain things. We don't have time to be healthy. I don't have time to eat healthy. I don't have time to go for a run. I don't have time to go for exercise. I don't have time to meditate. You know, and like, you can meditate in your sleep anyway, you know, with the sleep meditations. But like, even myself, I didn't have time to meditate in the morning. I didn't have time to exercise in the morning. But I had time to be on my phone. I don't go on my phone like that anymore. You know, I'll go on it for an hour before bed, but that's it. Like, you know, I don't have time now to be on my phone, because my time is filled with stuff that benefits me. Do you get me? I've chosen to make my time accommodate the things that are healthy for me rather than the things that are unhealthy for me. You know, and that's the thing, like, we have a choice. We have a choice to listen to that ego mind and stay stuck in our box and tell ourselves we have no time to be healthier, no time to expand our knowledge, no time to do this and that and the other. And that's another thing, like, you know, I'm still doing it in a sense. Like, I have no time to do something at this hour of the day because I want to sit down and watch telly. I'm making time to watch telly. So I can use that time to actually now learn something instead of sitting down watching. And I'm doing that now. You know, I'm expanding my knowledge instead of being lazy. I'm using my time wisely. And that's what it is. We're never too busy. We can choose to be too busy. We can choose to run around and do everything for everyone else and not accommodate our own lives and our own health. Say we're too busy to make ourselves healthy because I have to do this for another person. Say no. Saying no to somebody is it's okay if you're accommodating yourself, if you're making yourself healthier, if you're making yourself happier. You can choose to make that time for yourself. And that's what it is. This is what self-care is. Self-care isn't the fucking pampering shit. Self-care is making time for your health, making time for your happiness, making time for your opportunities. And that's what it is. Get up an hour earlier in the day. Stop being on your phone consistently. Put the phone away. Out of sight, out of mind. Like, when I'm sitting down doing something, I try and keep my phone away from me, because if my phone is beside me, I will pick it up. You know, it's just this, we're creatures of habit, like. Do you know? And it's the same with anything. When we can choose to accommodate our health. We can choose to eat healthier. We can choose to make time for certain things. You know, I don't like people saying that I have to get a takeaway because I'm in such a rush. Eat something healthier. Cook something. Like, you know, I cook now. And like, you know, I used to always cook stuff that I threw in the oven. I actually cook meals now for myself and I love it. There's such a sense of fulfillment in it. Not only am I eating healthier, I feel better because I'm cooking it myself and I'm cooking something that's not processed. So there's added benefits. The ego is trying to keep you stuck. The ego is trying to keep you in that little box. Like, I do my yoga every week now. Every week. And I will do it the first thing. Like, I'll get my exercise and my meditation done and I will do the yoga straight away. Because if I don't do it straight away, I'll end up getting lazy and I let my ego mind seep in. You know, and now the minute I get excited about something, I learn. You see, because this is the thing. I'll be like, oh, I'll do this today. And then straight away my ego's like, oh, but that takes an hour, like. You know, Jesus, that's a long time. And like the minute my ego comes in now, I'm like, no, I was excited to do something and you're after telling me not to do it. Fuck off. I'm going to fucking do it because I know it's going to benefit my health. And that's the thing, like, you know, an hour of your day is not a long time if it's going to benefit your health, or if it's going to make you happy, or it's going to allow love into your life. Saying you're too busy for love is bullshit as well. Like, you know, that is... You're choosing that because you're choosing that you don't want to be hurt. And that's what it is. We're choosing to stay in this box. We're choosing to stay in this cage because the ego mind doesn't want us to get killed by the saber-toothed tiger. It doesn't want us to risk anything in case we get rejection. And that's the thing, like, you know, even within eating healthy or cooking healthy or doing yoga or doing breath work, going for a walk, you know what I mean? This is all stuff that benefits our health. But the ego mind, that old caveman mentality is like, don't do that, you're going to die. Don't do that, you're going to get hurt. Don't do that, you're going to get rejected. It's bullshit. Stop listening to that shit. When something is going to make you happy and healthy, you know, fucking embrace that shit. Stop listening to that fucking lie. There's no saber-toothed tigers out there anymore. You know what I mean? Embrace life, embrace opportunities, expand. And that's the thing, it's about expanding. We are stuck in this cage and we're like, oh, I don't have time. But you're saying you don't have time to expand. You don't have time to open your mind and knowledge. If you have time to fucking go on your phone for 3 hours, you have time to Google fucking history or Google the universe. You know what I mean? Spend 10 minutes researching instead of fucking 3 hours fucking on your phone going through Facebook feeling depressed. Research, expand. Replace that shitty energy drain and time on your phone with something that would benefit your health and your mind and your body and your soul. Something that would bring you alive. Something that would make you happy. Because this is what life is about. Life is fucking short. You know what I mean? We're not promised tomorrow, like, and we're spending our days in this cage, in this box, in this bubble. You know what I mean? Like, we're not letting love in. We're not letting these opportunities in. We're not letting this health in. We're not letting happiness in. We don't know how long we have left on this planet. And we're wasting it with stuff that's unhealthy. We're wasting it with stuff that drains our energy. We're wasting it with stuff that makes us unhappy. That depletes us. Don't waste it. Don't waste it anymore. Grab life by the fucking balls. Do you know, go after what you want, not what your ego thinks is safe. Reach for the fucking stars. Go and do stuff that makes you healthy, makes you happy. It takes a few minutes to do a bit of exercise, a few minutes to do a bit of meditation, a few minutes to better yourself, a few minutes to do some research. And it takes you 3 or 4 hours to sit on your phone feeling depressed going through Facebook all day. Better your life. Better your soul. Better your mind. Let love in. Let opportunities in and break the fuck out of the cage. You have the key. Open that door and get the fuck out. Live your life. Spread those wings and fly. And don't lie to yourself anymore and say that you don't have time. You have plenty of fucking time. But if you choose to use your time for stuff that's unhealthy, you're lessening your lifespan. You are. So you won't have, if you say you're too busy for certain things, you may not have the days ahead to let that in. If you don't let it in now. Let the opportunities in now. Because the more happy you are, the more healthy you are, the longer your life will be, and the longer and more time you will actually have. When you let in the things that are good for you and the things that make you feel alive. Time is an illusion. Saying you're too busy is a lie. You can do anything you want. Stop letting that ego mind keep you in that cage. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you would like help in your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path.